Spider Dan, does whatever a spider can. And Dan, day. I just saw Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. Is that his name? I got my laptop right here. I didn't bother looking it up. I can see my outline, sort of. When did I highlight that shit? Can't see the mouse. I got my desk too, and I built it, and it took a few hours. I watched the Dark Souls 3 stream while I was doing it. And my beard pokes through this. You can't tell when I'm looking at the camera or the monitor. Or the laptop. Or maybe you can. This probably isn't that hard to see through. It's a pretty good mask though, right? I can't get his fucking hat balanced. So yeah, I'm gonna do a quick review of it. This thing feels like I can't move my mouth. I don't even know if my voice is being picked up that well. Sound is always shitty in my videos anyway, so fuck it. There's always a screaming computer or the air, even though I don't have the air on. Maybe it's a refrigerator, because I'm right outside my kitchen. Fix your tie again, you bitch! And then I exhale, and now I can't fucking see. It fogs up the lenses. So yeah, it does a pretty good job of retelling Spider-Man's origin, without really, like, bogging you down too much with it. Because it starts in, like, the Ultimate Universe. Except it's a movie, so it's not the universe, it's another offshoot of the universe. And we kind of lampshade it being retold again, because Spidey is like talking to you through the fourth wall, and he's like, "Hey, for the last time, here's my origin. I did some things and got hit in the face, so I'm Spider-Man, and I love it, because that universe of Spider-Man loved it." And then when the other Spider-Mans show up, they do like a pretty good job of making them like blast through their own origins. They do 3 of them at once in a cool little montage too. Because this movie does a good job of balancing comedy and movie, and drama and good things. Keep forgetting to breathe. It's even harder with this shit on. Now I can't see the outline. Just tilt it a little bit more. But speaking of slapping 3 Spidey intros in at the same time, it kind of just dumps 3 of them into the movie. Because at one point they're in a super secret hideout the Ultimate Spidey had in the Ultimate Universe, which is Miles Morales' home, and he's sort of the main Spidey of the movie. Yeah, they go to a high-tech sort of spider cave hidden in a shed, and then Aunt May's like, "You're not gonna be outnumbered because Kingpin's a bad guy. He's got a lot of people." She's like, "I've got other Spideys here because they also thought to come here. Look up, you dinguses." And then they do, and there's 5 Spideys now. And then they all proceed to beat up Miles to test him. And then they leave. Or he leaves because he's sad. Because they're like, "You suck. You probably won't do a good job. Because you just got your powers, you bitch." And then he turns invisible and leaves. Because he could do that. Speaking of Kingpin, he's like a giant wad of meat. And he's very cubical. He's a block. He's just a big block. They could have called him Blockbuster. But that's Nightwing's villain. And Nightwing's not in this movie. Because it's DC. Nightwing is, not this movie. Why am I wearing a fucking mask again? This isn't gonna be a thing. Maybe the black suit is? It definitely hides that I'm balding pretty well. I was trying to wink, but I forgot to move my eye. Well, it doesn't matter. And the Green Goblin is like a Hulk dragon, because the Ultimate Universe, like, made him a Hulk dragon. So he's fucking huge and he's got wings and a tail. And he fights Spider-Man, who dies. More on that later at 11. Doc Ock is a woman, which there was a female Doc Ock in Earth 616 Spider-Man universe because he had a daughter. But then, I don't know what happened there. Maybe, like, Protective Services took her away or something while he was dead. But like I said, they're using the Ultimate Universe, so I think that's why the villains are the way they are. I don't know if Kingpin's a meat cube, or whatever I called him, in the Ultimate Universe, but he is in this. But I'm pretty sure Green Goblin was a dragon, that's what I was told. He kept transforming, and he grew a tail. I don't know, Ultimate Universe did some weird things. I mean, the fucking Blob ate Wasp's head. Or no, he ate the Wasp. And then Ant-Man came in and he's like, "Are you eating my fucking ex-wife? I'm gonna bite your head off." And then he did. And Hulk ate a person once. So the Ultimate Universe is a little, out there. Just a tiny bit. And also, for some reason, Miles Morales has, like, fucking a suit that he spray painted some black paint over because he's a graffiti artist. And my beard itches. They just took one of the dead Spider-Man suits and, like, spray painted it. And since he was a child, it's probably, like, one of Spidey's older suits. So it's like a vintage suit from, like, ye olden days. And he just took it and, like, spray painted all over that shit. Like, desecrated it. And gave it the gross-looking Miles Morales Spider-Man emblem. Like that disgusting graffiti-looking one that Marvel should be ashamed of. Because I like the original suit that he had. I don't know why he made a poopy one. I hope the camera's picking up all this shit. I'm trying to project through this. It's 11 now, so I can cover Spider-Man's death, actually. It's 1:31 a.m. Fuck, it's late. This thing looks better at an angle. But then you look at this and it's like The Simpsons! Which is funny, because I was talking to my friends about that just before we saw Spider-Man. But what I mean is it looks weird. Like, when you're looking right at the camera. But yeah, Tragedy's done well. I mean, it's like really fucking sad when, like, Miles' Spider-Man dies, because he tries to stop Kingpin from doing parallel dimension things with a large hard-on collider, and then he fucking is dying, and then Kingpin shows up, and Prowler and Goblin are there, and Spidey's like, Miles, promise you'll destroy this thing before they get it going again. And, like, he leaves. Which leaves Spidey alone, half dead, and then Kingpin's like, "Time to murder him, kill him, Prowler." And Spidey's like, "Wait, don't you want to know what I saw when Hulk Goblin shoved my head into the heart?" Nope, I'm not saying that. And Kingpin's like, "What'd you see, bitch?" And Spider-Man's like, "You're not gonna be able to bring your family back," for some reason. I don't know why he went right to that. And then Kingpin crushed the shit out of him. Because I guess Kingpin is like a big meat cube Hulk in this movie. And he just finishes him off and he dies. And then the news finds out. And the weird thing is, Kingpin told Prowler to get rid of the body. But then they like, I don't know what he meant by get rid of it. Because the news finds out. And they're like, 26-year-old Peter Parker. I think my camera fucking hates these videos, but we're doing them anyway. I gotta recenter myself and shit. I feel like a luchador and I don't know why. Now the fucking laptop? But yeah, they're like 26-year-old Spider-Man is Peter Parker. I got that backwards. But he's dead. We found him dead. And it was pretty sad. Like there was funerals and everybody was mourning and then Miles had been bitten already and he had powers and he's like, "I'm still kind of scared. Maybe I'll be Spider-Man someday." But later on, his uncle dies. Not Uncle Ben. Miles' uncle. Because his uncle's Prowler. And he's chasing down Miles. And he traps him. And he's about to drop him off a building, even though he's Miles' Spider-Man. And then he's like, "I'm your nephew, Miles Morales." And Prowler's like, "Oh shit, I'm your uncle. Uncle Aaron, not Morales." And then Kingpin's like, "Surprise, motherfucker," and he shoots Prowler in the back. For some reason. Because he's over there demanding he finishes Miles off. So that was pretty tragic. It's sad. And then people are like, "Hey, we gotta train Miles." Because like I said earlier, they all kind of beat him up. But the Peter Parker from, like, what's, I guess, Earth 616, sort of, was kind of helping him along after being guilted into it. Which is pretty funny, because the comedy's good. They did a good job of it. Go see this movie. But, like, Miles' Spider-Man found him in the Large Hadron Collider. I had to fight the Urge Hard-Ons. And he's like, "I thought I was the only one like me. I gotta train you." But then I died. So then he got trained sort of, kind of like sparsely, but it was pretty well. Like it came together pretty well at the end, because he got taught like how to swing by old man Peter Parker, who's all like flabby, and I don't know, I kind of feel like that one. And he had like lightning powers, which get established a couple times, and he could turn invisible, which gets established a couple times. And then it all comes together at the end when he has to like not be abandoned by his friends who go off without him, and he kind of catches up and helps them win. I said that all very weirdly. And to tell him like, you'll know you're ready to be Spider-Man because it's a leap of faith. And he takes that leap after they abandon him, and he helps them in the Hard-On Collider. Voice crack. So in closing, everybody is really fucking quick to replace somebody with an alternate dimension version of the original person they lost. Because Earth 616 Peter Parker, who's great in this movie by the way, he's all slobbish and chunky like me, I already made that parallel. Get parallel universes! But he runs into Mary Jane when they're like infiltrating the Kingpin's party to get to his large Hard-On Collider again. And everybody's dressed up as like Spider-Mans, as like the waiters are, because Kingpin's an asshole. And Mary Jane's there, and as she's getting up to go say something to honor Spider-Man, Earth 616 Spider-Man runs into her and gets all confused somehow. Like, he knows he's in another universe, and he's like, hey, I love you. I'm gonna get you some bread. And then Kingpin is doing this whole thing to replace his family that died in a car accident, as they were running away because he was beating up Spider-Man and they didn't like that. So he's all feeling responsible and he wants them back. So he's just like, I'm gonna replace them with them from another universe. Why is that okay? Your versions are still dead. Like, you kind of drove them to go get murdered in a car crash. And you're just gonna replace them? What the fuck are you gonna do when you get to heaven? Or hell, or wherever? And both sets are there in multiverse heaven. How are you gonna explain that to Vanessa and your son? That you replaced them with copies from another universe? How? It's fucking awkward. Don't do that. And also, in closing, how come Miles Morales' dad didn't get killed in a really dark terrorist attack by a generic negative man villain? That's my only real beef with this movie. Needed to have a terrorist attack that kills his father. Because that was fucking dark and really unsettling. And I forgot how to breathe again. So that's my review of Spider-Man. I give it 4, 3... I'm so high, I can hear heaven. This green screen's out well, because my other videos didn't. My laptop's blocking things. That's not focused at all. That's better. Is it? Shit. Great.